What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the Thomas Gallery, and today we have Emperor Haile Selassie the First, or I. He's deceased, but I was still referred to him as the Emperor of Ethiopia. You say King Haile Selassie or Emperor. He's more likely this Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia. Those who know, Ethiopia is northeastern Africa. Very well-known country in the ancient world and in modern times. Very well-known country. And I decided to draw him. I thought about it for a while, to be honest with you. And I would want to do a drawing or a painting of him for years, because he's a very well-known person that you hardly ever hear about him. Actually, to think about it, when Black History Month comes, I never hear about Haile Selassie. I never hear about him. I don't quite know why, but when you come to Black History Month, you always hear about. Black History Month, you always hear about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, sort of stuff. It's more of black people here in America, which is fine. But I always thought, Black History Month, why not mention the people, blacks across the world and throughout history. You hardly ever hear about it. Like, I've never heard of Haile Selassie spoken about during Black History Month. I heard about Bob Marley, and Haile Selassie is one of the people who influenced, Rastafari. I mean, that's his name, Rastafari. That's Haile Selassie's birth name. It's a much longer name, but Rastafari or Tafari. I always got confused about if it's Tafari or Tafari. I should ask someone from Ethiopia who speaks Amharic. How do you pronounce that? But anyway, yeah, very well known person. I think he fought against Mussolini in the Ethiopian-Italian War. Very powerful figure in the mid to early 20th century. Well, I'm sorry, middle 20th century. Very well known, very powerful. Let's see, he's an emperor. And for those who don't know the difference between an emperor and a king, all emperors and empresses are kings and queens, but not all kings and queens are emperors and empresses. A king is a ruler over a sovereign land. Okay? An emperor is a ruler over their own sovereign land and the kingdom of others. So when you hear about Queen Elizabeth is also, that's what they call the British Empire. Queen Elizabeth is also an empress because she is also the ruler of other lands. A king queen is usually ruler of one sovereign land, their own kingdom. But come to the emperor, empress, they rule other lands as well as their own. So that's the distinction. So he is known as emperor. His proper title is Emperor Haile Selassie I, King of Ethiopia. You always put this emperor, emperor's hiding king. So you always put emperor first, then king. So Emperor Haile Selassie I, King of Ethiopia, and all the other lands that he has rulership over. It's a much longer title. If you look up the official full title of Haile Selassie or like Queen Elizabeth, you will see that it is extensive. It's not just their name or their first title. They got other names and stuff. Just always wanted to one day say, you know what, I've been thinking about this. Like, I was debating myself whether or not I should do a painting or a drawing. Oh man, I still could do a painting, but I just wanted to get the feel of accomplishing this. Now I just want to get the feel like, do I like do I want to get the confidence in doing it. I want to feel confident after I did this. If I could do it for a drawing, if I accomplish it the way I want to, I will have the confidence to make it a painting, which eventually I will. And I have a kind of like an unwritten rule myself. Usually, if I see a lot of paintings or drawings of specific people, I tend to leave that subject alone because I don't want to. No, I want to be different. I want to do a particular individual that you don't really talk about. That's why I did a drawing of Nina Simone. I don't see many paintings. I do see paintings. I don't see as many as paintings or drawings. I don't see as many as I thought I would. Or like Roberta Flack. I don't see many drawings or paintings of Roberta Flack like I thought I would. So that go. I remember hearing about him through a teacher. I mean, it wasn't a part of school. Wasn't a part of like a class lesson or anything. But my teacher, my fifth grade teacher, she spoke about him, and the name just stuck with me. Because when I first saw the word, I first saw his name. I was trying to figure out how in the world do you pronounce it. Like when I was a little kid, I called him like Haile Selassie because I remember like because it's Haile. So when I saw Hail, I thought about weather. It's like hail as in the rain, hail, sheet, snow. So when I saw that, I was like trying to Haley or like how do you pronounce his name? So eventually, of course, I learned it was highly. Then about Rastafari and his influence in Jamaica and Bob Marley. And I already knew about Ethiopia. I knew about that because I had classmates who were from Ethiopia, so I was already introduced with that. I was already familiar with that landmass. You know what I don't see enough of. You know who I don't see enough of. Pardon me. I don't see enough of his wife. His wife was the empress, and she was. I remember seeing a picture of Queen Elizabeth of England, Queen Elizabeth II of England, going to. Yes, I think it must have been Ethiopia because there's a picture of Queen Elizabeth bowing to the Empress of Ethiopia, Haile Selassie's wife. Even though it was one empress talking to another, or meeting another, I remember seeing that. I don't see much of that picture. To be honest with you, I don't see much of that picture being shown. I wonder why. So I'm just concentrating right now, trying to make sure I get all the small details together. Yeah. Also, I remember one time I was working at the Smithsonian, and I was working at the Natural History Museum, and then we had like an exhibit being made in the building, and it was a Rasta exhibit, meaning they were building an exhibit for the education of the people who practice Rastafarianism. I don't know how I don't know what the proper term for it is. I don't want to be disrespectful. And it was a small exhibit, small exhibit. But I remember I saw like just big pictures of Haile Selassie in the exhibit. Like in one of the corners, like a huge exhibit. There was a huge photo of him, and they were showing a video of him. And when the exhibit opened, I went to visit the exhibit. I thought it was very cool. When I went to visit the exhibit, whole bunch, whole bunch of Rastas in the exhibit, and when the video was playing, they showed footage of when Emperor Haile Selassie landed in not Ethiopia, landed in Jamaica, I think in 1966. It was the first, because the thing is, um, Marcus Garvey, who was from Jamaica, had said, and what he prophesied would be the King of Kings, the return of the Messiah, return of the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering lion of Judah, and said that he would come from the east to the west, right? So when Haile Selassie Rastafari was born, and became the emperor of Ethiopia, that was seen as Marcus Garvey's prophecy coming true. So that message spread throughout Jamaica because, like I said, he's Jamaican. Which you can understand. Okay. So in 1966, when Haile Selassie flew to Ethiopia, when he flew to Jamaica, the people had thought that the prophecy that that Marcus Garvey had spoke about had came true. That the side had returned. So when he went to Jamaica, like this is all in the video, so this actually was actual footage. This wasn't like we speculating. This is actually footage that is shown when he landed in Ethiopia. Golly, no, he landed in Jamaica. I keep on saying Ethiopia. He landed in Jamaica. Like it was as though the Messiah had actually returned. Like that's the way it looked, the way they went, the way they just went, wild for him when he came to Jamaica. This was the first time he had come to Jamaica, and the people were going nuts. Like this was bigger than when the Beatles arrived in America. Like this was pandemonium like no other. And he was received like he was received more like a deity. Like this is from the footage I saw. The footage I saw, he was received like a deity. Like that was God in flesh return. So when I saw that, like, and he said, he embraced, because Jamaicans are of African descent, and he's the king of Ethiopia. Ethiopia is in Africa, so he embraced them. My brothers, my sisters, and all that stuff. And so when that happened, people of Jamaica saw him like, okay, he is. We are going to deify him. Like he is a deity here. Like if you go to Jamaica now, there are paintings everywhere of Haile Selassie. So much so that a faith system, a religion was formed. Rastafari. Rastafarianism. Is, I don't want to say ism. I feel bad. I feel kind of like bad saying ism. So I'm gonna stop that. Like saying like his name. That's his name. And he was, he was known as the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Conqueror, Lion of Judah. That's why, because the flag of Ethiopia has the Lion of Judah. Lion of Judah, for those who don't know, is in the story, the sleeping lion, which is the Lion of Judah, and all that. The Ethiopian flag has the Lion of Judah. So that flag, along with the other Jamaican flag, was adopted, and you'll still see the Rasta flag flown. You'll see it throughout Jamaica. I want to add more blacks or something, just filling it in. And I didn't even talk about his lineage. Lineage was claimed to be from that of Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, and their son Melanick the First. Because he's like, because usually like with royal families, you have like a family being from the house of something like the house of, or like in the Bible, it's like the house of David, that stuff like that, which means like they're from the lineage of that particular individual. So Haile Selassie, from the house of Solomon. Solomon being from the Bible, the wisest man in the Bible, and having many wives and 700 concubines, and you know meeting the Queen of Sheba, things like that. Now, since his hair is black in this photo that I'm using, I can go overboard with the black because his hair is black. So if I cover the whole thing, I'll still be good. It's coming out really good though. I like how it's coming out. So some good old cross hatching. Like I said, my black and my gray markers are running dry. So I got to work with what I got to work with. I just need to buy some more. So you go ahead and just start playing around and buy some more materials for my art so I can continue to get down with the get down, if you understand my meaning. But this is my very first attempt. My very first attempt at drawing it. And I like how it come out. Usually, like I said, usually when I'm drawing, when I'm drawing, I always get apprehensive when it gets to the actual drawing part, the penciling part, because the penciling is really where the work, the hard work comes in for me, because placement is very, very key. Where you place the line, because you want, if you're going for it, you want to be as accurate to the actual subject as you possibly can. And like I said, if that's your goal, and because of my particular style, I like to draw things as accurate as possible. It's just something about how I feel. I mean, I could do abstract and get very. I could do caricatures and stuff, but I find that my wheelhouse is dealing with the reality of the subject matter. It's just me. But the penciling is where it's tricky for me. Like the beginning part is where it's tricky for me, because the placement matters. When it comes to art, when it comes to drawing or painting or stuff like that, placement matters, because even though you can interpret the environment the way you see fit and everybody has their own interpretation, there are still things based in reality that you cannot neglect if you want to get a certain result in your work. And when it comes to drawing people, especially, and when it comes to drawing actual people, people who actually exist, when it comes to that, you want to be as true. If this is your intention, like you want to do like a caricature or even that, or like abstract kind of version, even with that, you still want to be as true to the subject as possible, because not everybody's going to understand your abstract version. So when you try to be accurate with your drawing, you want to make sure that the eyes are in the proper place, the nose is in the proper place, in the proper distance. Like when it comes to drawing a person's face, an actual person's face, the thing I have the most trouble with is actually the nose, believe it or not. Because when you're drawing the nose, and depending on the actual angle of the head, the nose can take on so many different shapes, it's not even funny. Like it can go from looking like a long nose from a frontal view. Then when you do like a bottom view, it takes on a different shape entirely. The length is different. Like everything changes within an instant. And for some odd reason, I have the most issues with that, with the nose. Now, I know I've learned over the years, I've gotten better, but still, now I'm doing his regalia. So if you see, like, you take a picture of Haile Selassie in his regalia, like, he is shining, like, gold everywhere, gold sword, gold this, that, all that. Excuse me. And I don't know what all these things mean. To be honest with you, I don't know. But I know they're important. If you're the emperor, I know that much. If you're the emperor, they're important. They mean something. I don't know what they mean in general, but they mean something to Ethiopia. They mean something to him, his government. Yes. One day I'm gonna figure out what all these badges and stuff mean. I don't have a clue. So like I say, apparently they're important. I just don't have a clue what they mean. Shoot, if anybody watching the video can tell me what all these badges mean, that'd be very cool. I'd like to know. Well, I could just look it up myself, but still, Right. All done. Sign my name and all that stuff. 8, 10, 10. Let's see. And ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Emperor Haile Selassie, King of Ethiopia. Thank you all for watching this video. Leave a comment down below, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will catch you all later. Peace.